Hey guys, welcome back to MegaNerd Squad. So today we're going to be reviewing The Lion King, not the 1900 ones.
1900s? 1900s.
Not that.
Okay. It's the new live-action remake of it.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty like spot on. You know, staying true to like the original like storyline and all that too. But kind of, I guess, like frame by frame, it kind of like just soaked by the script. You know, they didn't really like change anything. And I kind of like Lion King to me is just like one of the stories to where like you can't really change anything.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're just gonna screw up the whole story.
I'm glad they didn't try to change some aspects of it and try to make it different and put a new spin on it. I know that's what I think a lot of people are, their biggest complaint is that it's just pretty much a shot-for-shot recreation of the original. Yeah. But they did it a really, really good job, you know, with these characters, and the casting I think was great. Especially Timon and Pumbaa. Mm-hmm. And then bringing James Earl Jones back as Mufasa, amazing. And Scar was Chiwetel, I can't pronounce his name, but, at first I was like, who's playing Scar's voice? And then I looked it up after, and I'm like, oh, I like the guy that played Scar.
Seth Rogen is Pumbaa in this movie, and he just played Pumbaa perfectly. Like Pumbaa and Timon were amazing in this movie. Yeah, definitely. I love this movie because it was a shot-for-shot remake. Mm-hmm. I personally, I like this movie a lot. I just find the animated one better. I saw some of the faces. It just looked better in animation because if you look at these, it looked like it was a real warthog in real life. And if you look at the lions look amazing and everything. It's just that it didn't hit me because it was not, the animation just worked for me.
I guess I understand kind of what you're saying. Like, it's almost nostalgic, the old cartoon ones, you know, like we grew up with those, watching those. But I think they did a great job as far as the animation goes with this new one, with their CGI. I liked that they didn't change all the themes were still there, like the meaning of the movie.
Damn.
Oh, it's Mufasa. It's Mufasa.
Okay, guys.
Awesome.
Big loud thunder, we just heard. Remember who you are.
Simba.
Is that Star Wars? I'm kidding. No, I know what it meant.
That's a stab in the back.
Not to the Lion King. That was bad. One of my favorite characters, Rafiki the baboon, he didn't have that big of a part in this one. Mm-hmm. Like, he still had that heart-to-heart with Simba, and then he talks him into actually going back. But I think it wasn't as good as the original, but it was, because that was like one of the best moments in the original animated one, when he kind of makes him look in the water and figures out, and he talks to him in the storm. But it wasn't quite as, I don't know, the emotion wasn't there as much as I would have liked it to have been. But I don't know. I have a feeling that Disney has this clause in their contracts, and I've said this before, where they say, okay, you can make this movie, but you can't make it better than the original.
Damn.
I don't know. It's maybe not. Maybe it's just ironically impossible to beat those original ones for some reason, because every one that I've seen, these remakes, they're not better than the original ones. I would say that Lion King is probably the best one that I've seen so far, though, as far as these remakes. Aladdin I thought was pretty good, but I still had a couple issues with it. I loved Will Smith as the genie, though.
Speechless at all.
Speechless
was amazing. My favorite
without
song.
Speechless.
But no, the Aladdin movie was perfect with Speechless. The original song was amazing. One thing that still hit emotionally was Mufasa's death. They did it the same way they did in the animation. Yeah. And like it still hit hard, Mufasa's death. You could see the pure emotion that you see from the stampede and Scar letting his brother die. It just still hits hard. And there were so many things about this movie. The camera was beautiful. Everything, the shots, the cinematography, everything was spot on.
For sure.
Like you saw a lot of animals, and we're gonna die. But
I would say that I'm not one for musicals, and that's one of the things that I'm not big on. You know, and neither is Kong for sure. But this one, the songs are so good that I didn't mind it at all, and they did such a good job, you know, remastering all those songs, redoing them all, and I don't know, that was another great part that I thought was great about it. I think Scar's Be Prepared song was really taken down a lot. Like, there was not much to it. Like, he was basically just walking and not really singing the words. He kind of was, but hardly.
They did that with Simba and Nala and what's the song?
Where's the
Can You
love?
Feel the
Can You
Love?
Feel the Love? Yeah, they didn't do everything shot for shot and
Yeah,
animated.
not everything, but
Yeah.
for a lot of it,
Yeah.
they definitely did. Right, like when Mufasa died, that was almost
Yeah.
like the push pull or whatever on Simba, or the pull out that they had.
Thought this movie was really good, and like it's a remake. It's the same movie you're seeing in theaters, but for the new generation, it works because the new generation have no idea. They have never watched The Lion King before, unless
Right.
a parent showed them. So this is a good way to introduce them to all these Disney classics, how they're remaking them. But it's also a money grabber for them just to remake
sure,
them
yeah.
and get them out there so people will actually watch them. As in our theater that we watched it in, it was packed, so we had to sit at the very front. It wasn't too bad, but we didn't get the greatest seating either.
Oh yeah, it was so
So,
packed.
yeah.
We were in like the third row. Well, we were watching it like that.
Yeah, we're watching it like this.
Yeah, pretty
But it was
much.
still an enjoyable movie. So
Yeah.
Overall, I will give this movie an 8.5 out of 10, just because it's not a 10. The original movie animated version is a 10 out of 10 for me, but in my book. But the live action is 8.5 because like they did remove some scenes, and I get why they couldn't because it was live action. It's very different from animation, but like the animated one still works a lot better than the live action.
I'll probably go Ocho, 8 out of 10.
Same.
There was it doesn't surpass the original, obviously, but it was still very enjoyable. I think they did great casting. I think the music was wonderful. Overall, it's a good movie. I would recommend it. If you're expecting something new or different, I would not recommend you to see it if that's what you're expecting and hoping for. It's pretty much just a polished remastered of the original animated one from the 90s.
I'm gonna give it a 8 out of 10. All right, so thanks guys for watching. If you guys do like what you guys see, please like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. And if there are any other like movies you guys would like to like for us to review, just please like leave it in the comments. Other than that, y'all have a great day. MegaNerd Squad
Out!
Time for crawl.